Welcome to Shadow Me Tarot. Today we are doing a relationship reading, how you're coming into it, how they are coming into it, and what brings you together. I'm using the Inner Compass deck by Teal Swan. This is an inner child oracle from somebody on Etsy. This is another deck I got on Etsy. But this is from lifewithyoualways.com. And then I'm using the Sacred Geometry Oracle deck by Francine Hart. So those will be the decks that we're using today. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to pick out a zodiac sign who is going to get this relationship reading today, and is for Gemini. So Gemini, we're doing the male, female, and what is between you, and or what it balances you. Where's your common ground? Where are you joining? So this is for Gemini. Okay, beautiful spirit. Thank you for all your light. Truly grateful for all your messages. Please bring messages to their highest good. Okay, so this is for Gemini, and on the female side of this relationship, what is the feminine viewpoint of this relationship for Gemini? Ooh, June companions. And for the masculine energy of this reading, what is the viewpoint of the masculine energy for this relationship? Vesica Pisces. And then where do they have common ground? Where do they have common ground? Where do the feminine and the masculine have common ground? What is the balance between them? What is the balance between them? Whoa. Okay. They're together. Oh, that's beautiful. That's wonderful. Okay, so let's get some context with these cards. I'm going to use the Teal Swan deck, which is enormous and impossible for anyone to shuffle. So I kind of just do this in sections. I'm just kind of splitting the deck here. It has been shuffled a lot, actually, because I try to shuffle when I cleanse my decks like 7 times. But I just kind of like to try to mix them up a little bit before I pull them out. So I kind of want to get I just kind of want to see what is the influence for the feminine side of this relationship, and the masculine side of this relationship, and then what balances them. So we're just going to use these cards here for a little bit of clarity. Then we'll use inner child stuff that may be getting in the way or slowing down or just guidance, and then we'll use the inner child oracle for what you need to heal. Okay, thank you, beautiful spirit, for all of your guidance, love, and light. Truly grateful for all of your messages. What is the influence for the feminine side of this relationship? Stuff's wanting to come out. Oh, is that the only one? Okay. Significance. To perceive myself and to be perceived by others as being great or worthy of value, attention, and importance. Okay, and then on the masculine side, what is the overall meaning, or what is it that from, like, are they bringing in from the past, like their childhood or their past? What is the kind of the theme of their viewpoint here? Predictability. Okay. And then in the common ground, what is the theme for the common ground? What is the theme for the common ground? Is moderation. Interesting. Interesting. All right. And what is getting in the way on the feminine side of moderation, of the coming together, right? What is getting in the way on the feminine side? And we have separation and away. And on the male side, we have change and bedtime stories. And for the inner child, I'm going to go ahead and just pull all these cards out, and then we'll kind of read them in a reading. Or I'll do the full story. All right, what does the feminine side of this relationship need to heal? Oh, well, it just hopped out and dropped down, so. On the feminine side, they need to set boundaries and celebrate life. Setting boundaries, take care of yourself today. Lovely, let yourself set boundaries. Say no to that which drains you and create space within your heart for needs to come first. These are necessary practices for your well-being and are not selfish in any way. Be wary of anyone who might try to shame you for taking care of yourself. Celebrate life. Celebration is one of the best ways to experience life at its fullest. Cultivate an air of celebration this week through action and spirit. Create spaces that encourage play, laughter, and having fun. Invite others to join with you and take pleasure in their company. Savor the simple beauty that good food and good friends can bring. Okay, and on the masculine side, what needs to be healed for this Gemini reading? On the masculine side in this relationship, what needs to be healed? Ooh, wow. Run wild, be still, and it's okay to be misunderstood. Interesting. It's okay to be misunderstood. We all experience life through our personal lens of fears, desires, and pains, which can lead to miscommunication and misunderstandings. If you're currently in this situation, remember that being misunderstood is not a reflection of your worth, but a result of being human. You are complete regardless of how others perceive you. Be still. To stay needlessly busy is to stay distracted, something that can help us survive our pains and troubles, but does nothing to heal them. Though it may seem daunting, take the time to be still, relax, and let your senses rest. Put away all sources of stimulus. Let the silence envelop you, and let yourself just be. Run wild. It is time to give in to the wild, childlike nature that resides in all of us. Cultivate a spirit of play and allow yourself to get messy. Go barefoot in the mud, be outside in the rain, finger paint, and just be unproductive. Find pleasure in letting go of the notion that you have outgrown your untamed nature, allowing your inner child to run wild. All right. So let's kind of clarify these cards a bit. I'm just going to kind of reposition them here. Look at this. We've got the soulmate card here with the 2 dragonflies, transformative. I mean, just in the imagery itself, this is transformative card. Anytime I see butterflies or moths, or I always think of transformation. So on the feminine side of this, with this transformative card here of the June companions, I feel like this transformation is teaching you to perceive yourself as worthy and in value, attention, importance. Self-worth is really important in receiving the joys of our lives. The thing that this feminine side might have, like an abandonment thing with this separation or away. Mommy and daddy separated. It hurt to see them go separate ways. I was kept away from my mom or my dad. So if you have like some sort of abandonment kind of thing, it can make you kind of insecure. So I just feel like the underlying reason why you maybe don't feel worthy of a transformative, loving relationship is because it can be construed a couple different ways, but this really kind of refers to the attributes that are coming from inner child that are coming into the forefront. And because a parent or a person abandoned you, you feel unworthy of not only their love, but love of others. So healing that is very much understanding that them being away and teaching your inner child and comforting your inner child, that has everything to do with them and not with you. The remedy in healing that inner child is setting boundaries, right? Take care of yourself today, lovely. You can be there for yourself. Let yourself set boundaries. Say no to that which drains you. That can be your own obsessive emotions or thoughts, to people, places, and things. Create space within your heart for your needs to come first. These are necessary practices for your well-being and are not selfish in any way. Be wary of anyone who might try to shame you for taking care of yourself. So I feel like this is what the feminine energy of this relationship is looking to heal. It's learning to overcome these childhood abandonment issues, and learning to, and in this transformation, are learning to feel and know that they are worthy of love and companionship just because one of their parents was away. And the best way of doing that, because it's so important, I think, maybe when you are abandoned, to be accepted by others, setting boundaries on whether or not you need to be accepted by everyone. The first place we need to accept to be accepted is with ourselves. And then once you kind of set those boundaries and are protecting your inner self and creating those boundaries to, inner boundaries to protect self, and take care of self, then you move on to celebrating life and just receiving the experiences that are supposed to bring you joy. So celebration is one of the best ways to experience life at its fullest. Cultivate an air of celebration this week through action and spirit. Create spaces that encourage play, laughter, and having fun. Invite others to join with you and take pleasure in their company. Savor the simple beauty that good food and good friends can bring. Okay, so and in the other side on the masculine side, we're going to go ahead and kind of move this. We have the Vesica Pisces. Let's just kind of pull these out here. Put them. I just want to be able to see all of the stuff. Kind of just put these here. Hopefully, I know you guys can't really see them, but I'm trying. All right. So this Vesica Pisces, I'm going to actually just read directly from the book what it says. This card asks you to examine the interactions you have with loved ones and colleagues. Are you co-creating as a synergistic expression of shared wisdom and respect? Are you seeing eye to eye? Are you mutually speaking your truth? Then choosing the Vesica Pisces confirms the wholeness of your relationships and honors the potential that comes into being as a result of respect and cooperation. And I think for this particular reading, this is about a person who's coming into a relationship who is honoring and respecting, on the masculine side, who is honoring and respecting the relationship and is predictable. To know in advance and to be able to rely upon what someone or something is like, what will happen and what to expect. It gives me comfort to be able to tell about something in advance of its occurrence in my life. So I feel like this person on some level likes some predictability on the masculine side, like some predictability in their life. Security. It feels like they like security in their relationship, or they're bringing security with them into this relationship. In their inner child, the things that they're struggling with is, the things from their child, the attributes that we bring from what we coped with as a kid, is here. It says change. please be better. I'm scared of who you are becoming. So maybe on the masculine side, they're afraid of the ascension that may occur with this particular relationship. Sometimes we're afraid of being our best selves. And then here it says bedtime stories. I miss being read bedtime stories at night. So I feel like, and then you've got like a father and son here. So I feel like this is a change from maybe mourning history, right? Sometimes we look at what we miss, and it prevents us from kind of changing. So there's kind of like I feel this is kind of a difficult reading on the masculine side. So I do feel like a fear of change, maybe a fear of kind of missing out as well. I do feel like this person is bringing some sort of consistency, but they are reluctant to change. And I feel like there's some nostalgia of what they want, kind of coming into, or something from the past. They're kind of, and almost I feel like a good memory coming in from the past, as to kind of what they want. So they're having trouble changing from this nostalgia and this feeling into maybe something new. But they are coming into the relationship respecting it in a very healthy, cooperative, co-creative way. So I think that's really incredibly amazing and healthy. And then like the things that need to kind of be healed as a result of these kinds of fear of change and missing the past, missing things from the past. The things that need to be healed is it's okay to be misunderstood. We all experience life through our personal lens of fears, desires, pains, which can lead to miscommunication and misunderstandings. If you're currently in this situation, remember that being misunderstood is not a reflection of your worth, but a result of being human. You are complete regardless of how others perceive you. So maybe in speaking with this person, on the masculine side, maybe they take it personally when they're misunderstood. And then here it says, be still. To stay needlessly busy is to stay distracted, something that can help us survive our pains and troubles, but does nothing to heal them. And I feel like this change and getting over this past thing is a lesson in being still and sitting with it, sitting with the emotions, so that your body can process them, your thoughts, your emotions can process them. Spiritually, you can process them. But taking that time to be still, allowing your senses to rest, and be in the silence, and just sit with whatever it is that you need to kind of sit with and process, and just accept it and love it, and shine light on it, and ask God to lift it, or spirit to heal it. And I feel like with this one where it says run wild, I think in the past, I think, you probably, what I'm kind of hearing here is that sometimes I feel like this person has been misunderstood. and I think that they actually reflect on it, like how they've been misunderstood, and maybe even doubt their own self-worth in this stillness. And because they don't like the way that feels, they just run wild. They run away. They go off on an adventure. They do anything in order to kind of um, run away from this feeling of unworthiness. Because I think at the root of most of us, there's a sense of, am I worthy? Is it okay for me to indulge in that? And if that's an uncomfortable feeling, we'll do anything in our world in order to kind of distract us from that, right? But when we do that, instead of making the change and being still and sitting with the emotion, I almost feel like this nostalgia is like one of those things where you kind of take a memory, dust it off, shine it up, make it a little bit better than it was, and then you kind of measure everything else up to that. But I do have a distinct feeling on the masculine side that they're looking to be still, that they're open to changing, and they feel secure and are bringing security into the relationship. And then for this last section here, where you have common ground, how you are, how you balance one another. I feel like this card definitely, in terms of what the common ground is. I'm again going to just read the book for number 47 here, together. And this image means, or this shape means balance. Oh, this is such an interesting picture to me. I've had meditations, I feel like, about that particular shape, which is so interesting. Okay, so this is the geometry of the fruit of life and star tetrahedron. Inform the message of this card. These symbols enhance the intent of balancing male and female aspects. Balanced sharing will become co-creation, and it will demonstrate a holistic way of interaction. So just in that, I feel like both people are coming in with a respect for this, for the relationship, for what you have in common. It says you're seeking greater balance in a relationship. Is the union of your inquiry one of love or business? Any relationship is a delicate act of balancing respect and understanding between individuals. So I feel like on both sides there is, you're both really trying to respect each other, and maybe no one has more power over the other. So I feel like this is a very equal relationship. Any relationship is a delicate act of balancing respect and understanding between individuals, whether in regard to chores that must be done or the deadlines business dictates. Even in a balanced relationship, incidents arise that will challenge the equation of love and power. The longer an imbalance continues, the greater is the challenge in regaining respect and equilibrium. Be advised to recognize and move toward correcting inequities and misunderstandings as quickly as possible to avoid unnecessary hurt feelings or loss of productivity. Living and loving in balance is a gift that will enhance growth in your joy in living. So I feel like how you guys can kind of help each other in this relationship or kind of come together, because it's not your responsibility to heal the masculine side unless you are the masculine side, and it's not your responsibility to heal the feminine side unless you are the feminine side. But I mean, you can read this as your own inner journey, your own divine masculine and divine feminine within. But really what I'm kind of looking for, or what this reading is about, is a relationship between two individuals, what they have in common and what they're working on for their higher spiritual purpose. And I think where you both kind of are in healing is which feel congruent is celebrating life and running wild. Like this is almost where like you can help to heal each other. This person bringing out their inner child, and this one just receiving and going with the flow of that. And then here, you know, this person, it's important for this person to set boundaries for themselves, and their own kind of self-respect and safety. And this person, person can be okay with being misunderstood, can not take it personally, just, you know, doesn't need to take anything that this person is doing over here kind of personally if they misunderstand. The point is kind of communication, right? Change the way that you're kind of communicating. So, and then I feel like setting boundaries here, kind of being still sometimes, not making a rash or quick decision about anything or reactionary in any situation. Taking a moment to be still. And maybe this person is setting the boundary like, look, if we get angry at each other, we're going to both stop. We're going to go collect ourselves, gather our thoughts so that we don't react and we remain respectful of this this relationship, this commonality, this balance between us. So I think this is a very beautiful relationship and union. I feel like you both are so respectful of the relationship and of each other. So I think that's I think the I do kind of feel like there are different healings that need to be done in feeling worthy of the relationship, I guess. Like I feel like there's a carefulness about not being enmeshed, that of keeping your own independence and your identities. So let's see, what can we do in terms of a closing? Let's do the sacred geometry of relationships, since I'm on my geometry thing here, and let's take a look at what the relationship oracle has to say, to just kind of round out the reading. So that's the Sacred Geometry of Relationships Oracle. I use different oracles at the end of every single one, and I don't really plan them. I just kind of go with what is the feeling that I have from the reading and what feels like the best deck to kind of use. Let's see. All right. Thank you, beautiful spirit, for all of your guidance, love, and light. I'm truly grateful for all of your messages. What message do you have to bring this relationship to its highest good? What guidance do you have to bring this relationship to its highest good? What message and guidance do you have to bring this relationship to its highest good? All right, what is the overall message for this relationship in this reading? Thank you, beautiful spirit, for all of your guidance, love, and light. Oh, we got a big fly out there. Okay, so this one is honesty. Oh, wow, how beautiful. Be honest with each other. I love it. I love it. I love it. So we're going to just read this right out of the book. And it says, affirmation for this one is, I am honest. So kind of when you're coming together, when you're thinking about each other, you want to think, I am honest. Honesty is about truth, what is in accordance to reality and facts. However, since reality is our personal experience of the inner and outer worlds, the way we perceive them, reality is not an absolute. Even facts can change over time. Science, and thus facts, is always catching up with reality and can only cover what it can prove within the current consciousness. We simply don't know what we don't know, and we can only be honest according to what we know and believe to be true in any given moment. Since truth can be subjective, honesty is foremost, with the intention of being as truthful and real as we possibly can. Even when no one is watching, we can choose to be honest and act with kindness, compassion, integrity, and decency, all in accordance to what we perceive is true. Honesty is found inside, where the truth resonates with our heart. We know when we are honest with ourselves and with others. We can feel it. Living in truth and honesty is liberating, as the expression, "the truth will set you free," suggests. Going against what we know to be true causes contraction and tension in our body, preventing the energies from freely flowing. When we knowingly divert from the truth, we create an alternate reality in addition to the reality we are living. It takes great effort and energy to maintain more than one reality. Precious energy and focus that could be spent on honest and worthy goals. The image description, the blues refer to clarity and expression, both needed for honest communication and insights. The background shows the veil between the conscious and the unconscious. Honesty is about lifting the veils off, the truth gently and softly with kindness. The image is dynamic, as honesty is forever moving us through illusions and forward on our evolutionary path. Honesty and relationship. Being honest with others starts with being honest with ourselves. How do we really feel? And do we feel that we can express that without being punished or shamed for our honesty? Like attracts like. So honesty attracts honesty. In relationships, honesty and integrity are qualities that pave the way to closer connections and greater intimacy. When we feel that someone is honest with us, we feel we can trust them, and it is easier to express ourselves honestly in return. Being honest doesn't mean that we have to say everything we think all the time. And when we decide to speak, we can be mindful of how we express ourselves. Kindness, compassion, and tact are powerful allies of honesty. Learning when and how to be honest is important if we are to cultivate harmonious and successful relationships. Food for thought. Do you consider yourself an honest person? When are you dishonest? Think of occasions when you chose not to tell the truth. Why did you make that choice? How do you feel about little white lies? About telling minor fibs to a stranger, to your best friend? Contemplate how it would be possible to be honest without hurting someone's feelings or hurting someone's heart. Do you want others to tell you the truth all the time, unconditionally? And that is your relationship reading for March, or the rest of March. It's like March 18th. So that's your relationship reading for the rest of March. Thank you so much for watching. If you, if anything in particular resonated with you, please comment below. As always, please like, subscribe, and share. That just helps me grow the channel. And thank you all again for watching. Have a beautiful, blessed day.